It's great to have Heritage in the studio with us. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us where you come from?
So my name is Sebastian Demery, and my friend Jimmy Lahaye. We're both from Montreal, Canada, and we form a group called Heritage. The name Heritage comes because Jimmy and I both grew up in a third-generation family of musicians, but also believers. And we grew up in the church. We saw our parents, our grandparents sing the hymns, and so we decided one day, after doing a lot of contemporary music, rock and worship, and then one day we just paused and said, you know what, let's just revisit the hymns. Let's do an organic acoustic project, and that's basically why we call this project Heritage.
Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus, all our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh. Hell, we trials and temptation. Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. No, take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful, who with all our sorrow share? Jesus knows our every weakness, so take it to the Lord in prayer. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh. Oh, blessed Savior, thou hast promised, thou wilt all our burdens bear. May we ever, Lord, be bringing all to thee in earnest prayer. Soon in glory bright unclouded, there will be no need for prayer. For rapture, praise, and endless worship will be our sweet portion there. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what have you found going back to the hymns? Because obviously in contemporary worship culture there seems to be a movement away from the hymns. People seem to have very much left them behind in many senses. What have you found in revisiting them?
Well, I think revisiting the hymns is brought us, actually it humbled us a lot. Reading the stories, it's authentic authentic words that often sprung out of different situations and sometimes difficult tragedies in people's lives. And I love poetry, and for me to see how these authors were using the gift of poetry and the gift of music and combining it together, and often just it wasn't one person doing the whole thing. You know, the poet would give the music to the composer, and the composer would. So it was a collaboration, and I think that work enriches a lot. And so for Jimmy and I, we approached this in the same way, in a collaboration, and we were really humbled and encouraged, inspired by the stories. You know, it's not let's try to find some words that rhyme. It was really a story behind every single hymn that we picked. We handpicked them, and so for us, it was very moving to go. And we wanted also to have a certain respect also towards the song and the hymn, which is why we did some revisiting and updating, but we left a lot of room for the melody and for the words to stand out, so that people could sing along as well.
And if you got some advice for maybe some up and coming worship leaders that are watching this and want to fit hymns into their service, would you say just go back and look at the words and try and read it? What's your advice to those type of people?
Well, I think in a church, let's say modern day churches today, we have different generations. So I think when we do enter in a moment of worship, corporate worship, we have to, I have to, when I do it in my church, remember who's in front of me. And so seeing the young ones, seeing the parents, and then seeing the grandparents. So I think you have to consider all those details when you are entering into a moment of worship, because basically what you want to do is to stimulate a corporate worship, and then you kind of get out of the way and everybody's singing. So sometimes I think it's good to go back and select a hymn that will bring lots of memories to those who knew them. Because when we do our concerts, sometimes we hear people come up to us and, you know what, when I was saved 45 years ago, this is the hymn that I was singing. So it just brings back a lot of memories, and it also encourages their faith again. It kind of ignites something. And so for us just to revisit the hymns is just creating a balance also in the way we want to approach Christian music.
And if people want to find out more about this project and about you guys in particular, how would they go about that?
We have a website, heritagehymnsmusic.com. You can also go on Facebook and write Heritage, Sebastian Demray, and Jimmy LaHaye, or we both each have our music pages as well.